2019's been a very strange year for me. In one hand, with YouTube, it's been so incredible, and I thank you guys so much for that. And by the way, I am going to say thank you a lot, so be forewarned with that. And then in the other hand, I've had a lot of health problems, some personal problems, started seeing a therapist, but that stuff, we're not going to talk about that stuff right now. It might come up, but we're mostly going to focus on what my goals were for 2019, how I surpassed that incredibly thanks to you guys, plus my goals for 2020, my schedule for 2020. But let's start with 2019. When I made this same video last year, I think I had 1,100 subscribers. My goals, I believe, in that video was 2,000 subscribers. And in my head, I was like, maybe we can get to 3,000, but I don't want to push myself too hard, set my goals way too high that I can't achieve them. And as I'm recording this right now, I have 6,050 subscribers, over 1 million views, which we crossed last month. That's why I had that 1 million views special with the Miami Dolphins 30-year rebuild. And it's just been incredible. Not to mention December alone, I have over 300,000 views, over 1,000 subscribers, and it's just more than I ever thought I would actually get. I had goals, I had ambition, but you can have those things, but still doubt yourself a little bit. I thought maybe someday I could get there. Maybe I could get to 6,000 subscribers. Maybe I can get 1 million views, but I didn't think it would be within 2 years. I believe in my content. I love my content. I love recording it, love uploading it, love interacting with you guys, but you still have to be somewhat realistic with your goals, and you guys have just been incredible supporting my channel. And like I said, December's just been crazy. The Miami Dolphins 30-year rebuild, which you guys seem to love the 30-year rebuilds, gotten 85,000 views already just in December. It's almost over 100,000. That's my most viewed video, period, with 85,000, not to mention in just 1 month. Along with Superstar KO, I love recording Superstar KO, and I'm so thankful that there's an audience for it. You guys love watching it. It's so much fun getting Michael Vick. People tell me I'm bad at it, whatever. Getting a Gronk on the team, a Jerry Rice, just all the defensive players, Deion Sanders. We're going to get into Superstar KO later. There's going to be nothing. Superstar KO is staying. Don't worry about that. But we might be upping it a little bit more. What I did over December vacation for people in school, it's not going to be the exact same. I can't keep that same output because obviously that's hard to do. I'm still only recording in my bedroom twice a week at most, typically just once a week. So we'll get to the schedule later, but like I said, I blew past my goals midway through the year. So I'm thinking, what do my goals want to be for 2020? And I'm thinking maybe I want to say 10,000. I think 10,000 subscribers would be a good goal to hit by the end of 2020. And views, I think we're at the moment, I'm at 1,300,000 views or something like that. So I think we can definitely surpass 2 million views, which it's just incredible that I actually found an audience. I always believed in myself, like I said, but it's tough to do. Making YouTube videos is tough. I like being in front of a microphone, recording what I'm doing, talking to you guys, interacting with you guys. And that's kind of how it got me through all my health problems, my personal problems, because I always knew I had YouTube. I could upload YouTube. It's kind of like my schedule. I always had the comments, interact with you guys. I have my Discord. If you guys are interested in joining my Discord, it'll be down in the description below. Bunch of people in it. I'm always on Discord. It's either on my phone or I'm on my computer. And I just love interacting with you guys, talking football, talking whatever you want to talk about. So just keep that in mind. If you ever need to reach out, you need somebody to talk to, I'm your guy. But 2019's been great. I think we started at the beginning of the year. I started adjusting my schedule where we did 2 realistic rebuilds a day. Or not a day, 2 realistic rebuilds a week. Because I used to, in 2018, if you think about it, if you've been here from the very beginning, I started my channel by doing 1 realistic rebuild on a Sunday and then a player career mode every other day during the week, which are short 8 to 12 minute videos of I played as the character, and I like doing those, but the views weren't really there. People weren't really, they wanted to watch realistic rebuilds. Plus, along with the fact that once you got into my Saquon Barkley, I think you got into year 3 or something like that, kind of drags on and on and on, especially when you're uploading it 3 times a week. It just came kind of routine. I wasn't having a ton of fun recording it. So then that's when I started uploading the fantasy draft rebuilds, the draft class I guess they are kind of draft class rebuilds, testing out the draft classes, which I kind of found my draft class with Nathan P. If you're watching this, I'm sure you are. I appreciate your draft class, and I did just start using one of my newer rebuilds. You will be seeing that very soon, but I started doing those, the Legends fantasy drafts. I started experimenting a little bit last year in 2019 with the NFL Street. I went back to all the older Maddens, did fantasy drafts, did a career mode in Madden 9, Madden 8. I was uploading some NFL Head Coach 08, which in theory, that's a great idea because I just do rebuilds. But in execution, there's so much you have to do to NFL Head Coach 08. I think there is a way to make that appealing, but I would have to put a lot more effort into like sitting down, playing it for probably like a month straight, just trying to figure out what the best pattern for a video would be, along with like the playing, like watching the games, everything like that. It just seems so, it is very great and it's a great idea, but I just don't know how in video form it's really going to perform. It did all right for at the time, but it doesn't do as well as like my Superstar KO videos, my fantasy draft rebuilds, my rebuilds, draft only rebuilds, things like that. So I would be willing to go back to it, but like I said, I'm going to have to think about it, put a lot more thought and effort and care into each individual episode. So maybe we'll go to that, maybe we won't, but just been experimenting a lot like during the year. I'm willing to adjust. Like when I put up the first Superstar KO video, I recorded one and I was like, this game mode is a ton of fun. Maybe it won't do well, maybe it will, but I'm going to record it because when I record in bulk. If you've been here for a while, you know that. Like today, I recorded on a Saturday. I've recorded 6 Superstar KO videos and then like 2 realistic fantasy drafts. I started a 30-year rebuild. Secrets on that one. We'll keep the team a little secret. That's fine. But I sat down. I recorded probably... realistically, it was probably 2 Superstar KO videos. I was like, I don't know how this video is going to do. I'm not going to put a few hours into recording it. Uploaded it. You guys loved it. And then I finally put up the Superstar KO with Michael Vick. And if you put Michael Vick in a thumbnail and a title for Superstar KO, thing shoots off to the moon. And I love playing with Michael Vick. People hate that I run around all the time with Michael Vick, and that's fine. I feel like if you're Michael Vick, if you ever play Madden, I think it was 04 with Vick. That sounds right. If you played that, that's what you did. If you played against your buddies, you can't be Michael Vick, or you both play as Michael Vick. You drop back out of shotgun and then you run around. And that's what you did. That's kind of nostalgic for me. So that's why I do it. I like running around with Michael Vick. I remember that was 04, so that must have been 2003. I was a 13-year-old teenager, just being a teenager, playing against my friends would come over, we'd play some Madden. You run around with Michael Vick. You're like, this is super unfair. So that's why I do that. But 2019 was just incredible. Hopefully you can build upon that heading into 2020. So like I said, I want to get 10,000 subscribers, over 2 million views. I think the 2 million views will get pretty easily, realistically. But talking about the schedule, it's going to stay somewhat the same. I actually have that on my phone. Let me pull that up real quick. Where are we? Okay. So Sunday's always going to be the realistic rebuild. That's just been a staple for my channel since day one. Even though realistic rebuilds have been dipping off a little bit, I don't know if it's just because we're deep into the Madden year. I don't know if it's because I've done most of the teams twice by now since I do them twice a week. I just love doing that. I love taking a team and building them up. Or apparently a lot of people think I take a team and just destroy them, which that's fair for a lot of teams. But Sunday's the realistic rebuilds. Monday's going to be the draft only rebuild for now until we finish that. I think we have one more episode, maybe 2 more episodes of that. I record that on a weekly basis, so I don't record that ahead of time. That's always the video I record every Wednesday. But that'll be a draft only rebuild. When that ends, people either wanted me to start another draft only rebuild or a free agents rebuild, which I think I might dip my big toe in that. Just for maybe a month, see how it does, see you guys receive that if you guys like it. If not, we'll go right back to the draft-only rebuild. The thing with the draft-only rebuild is I think it's more interactive because at the end of all my draft-only rebuilds, if you never watched one, I go over the draft board, the people we can draft, try to put them in order, ask you guys for your opinion. So that is why I like the draft-only rebuild because I can be more interactive with you guys compared to doing like a realistic rebuild where I can't get any of your input, even though I would like to do them live, but that's just not really an option. When I stream, the quality dips down and it's just not something I can do at the moment. I am looking into getting an office. I've been doing that for the past probably 6 months, 7 months. I almost had one. I basically did have one. I had an office space like down the street from my work and I went in there. I set up I asked the guy, I was like, can I go in, just set up all my stuff? Because there was a bad echo in it, like a really, really bad echo. I was like, the only way this is going to work is if I can go in there, test if the echo's real bad. So he's like, yeah, that's fine. So I went in there, put up all these moving blankets along the wall, set up my whole setup and started recording. It was bad. The echo, I could not get the echo to go away. Maybe if I kept doing stuff, but I didn't want to because I had to sign a 6-month lease. So I didn't want to just commit to that if I couldn't get rid of the echo because there's an echo in there. It's just useless. So I ended up trying a bunch of different things that one night. And that like initially got me so down when that happened. I was so like disappointed. I don't want to say depressed, but like disappointed, sad. I was just sitting there like, I was trying to think, talking to my friends, like, is there a way that I can guarantee that I fix this? And it just couldn't happen. And there's another place down the street that I can go there and go check it out. But the problem is, since I'm recording YouTube videos for my channel, I am a little bit louder, so it isn't a place where people are also doing business. And I wouldn't be there between 7 and like, I guess I wouldn't be there from 10 at night till 5 in the afternoon. But I don't want to be there from 5 to like 10 at night and be able to bother anybody. So that's why I've been scoping the place out, which kind of sounds creepy, but driving by there at night, because she says, the lady I've been interacting with, that everybody's gone at 5. Which, if that's true, that's awesome. But I drove by there a few times. There's been some cars out there. So I just being a little cautious because I don't want to bother anybody if I am ever going to get an office space. That's mostly my major concern. I don't want to get a place and then like a month in be like, you're being too loud. You can't do this. Like, okay, well, I signed like a 6-month lease, so we're going to have to figure something out. So that's basically why I don't have an office yet. But I ever got an office, I'd be streaming all the time. Not Madden all the time, but streaming some Madden, streaming some PUBG, whatever I'm playing with my buddies. So I am in the works for that, trying to find a place. But back to the schedule, since I got off on a little bit of a tangent. Tuesday, we're going to have Superstar KO. Wednesday is going to be the realistic rebuild. Thursday is going to be another Superstar KO. That used to be the fantasy draft rebuild, but we're going to switch that with Friday, which Friday is going to be the fantasy draft rebuild, which also has been underperforming. I don't know if it's because I uploaded the one where the computer drafts my team. I don't know if people just don't find that interesting. I am going to have to figure that out. I'm definitely going to try to figure it out because I'm always willing to make adjustments for my channel. I don't like the people that just like stick in their way, like stick to their ways, don't make any adjustments and just say like eventually it's going to work. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. I think you can make good content and just stick with it, and maybe someday it's going to catch on. But there's always ways to adjust your content, edit better, upload at better times, better thumbnails, better titles, all that. Speaking of thumbnails, I'm sure you guys have noticed all my new thumbnails. I do have a thumbnail guy. His information will be down in the description below if you ever need thumbnails, some art. He's a great guy, very timely, just a great guy. He's working with me every day, so I like the guy. He does a ton of work for me. I'm so bad at thumbnails. Look at my thumbnails for the past few months compared to, I don't know, beginning of the year. I guess I should have just talked about that in 2019. My thumbnails have been so much better. I think I've been getting better at tags, at titles. I just think overall I've been growing as a YouTuber, making better content, having way more confidence and faith in myself when making YouTube channels. I want to say YouTube channels. I don't know, when making YouTube videos. So back to that. And then Saturdays, it was the Legends Fantasy Draft. But we're going to actually change that to Superstar KO because the Legends Fantasy Draft has just not been working out. Saturday's always been kind of my like experiment day. That's when I'd upload like an NFL Street or a fantasy draft from an older game or things like that. And so it's definitely going to go to Superstar KO, along with the fact that I am going to try to upload a Superstar KO. Like the tentative plan is probably Mondays with the draft only rebuild. And then maybe Friday, I'm going to try to get 2 extra, like a double upload on either Monday or Friday as much as I can. That's not a promise. That's not set in stone. But I do have so many recorded. I love playing it so much. It's doing so well that if I can get it up more, I'm definitely going to try to. It'll never be an everyday thing. Like Sunday's always just going to be the realistic rebuilds. It just makes the most sense to me. Because the realistic rebuilds do take a long time to record, like an hour. And then I edit it down to about 30, 40 minutes, depending on how, like right now at the moment, I'm before week 17, so I'm starting there. So it's not as long and I have to do the midseason and all that. But that's what the schedule is going to be. Along with, I do want to try to do NFL Street again. I don't know if the Superstar KO success is because it's Madden, which it probably, like, I guess I should rephrase that. Is it because it's in Madden 20, or do people just like the superstar type gameplay with like a draft type element to it, if that makes sense? So I am going to try to record some NFL Street. The only problem with NFL Street is I play on the original Xbox. And when you record even, let's say I record 3 NFL Street videos and I edit it, like once I hit end recording, it takes like an hour and a half to render it all out. And it's just so long. But like Madden video I just recorded, it was an hour and a half, took maybe 10 minutes. So that's just kind of like the balance I have to deal with NFL Street. I could just do it, record like 3 to 4 episodes, then do it at the very end, which is probably what I'm going to try to do. But definitely let me know if you want to see any NFL Street. I want to play some NFL Street. I love playing NFL Street. It's just a lot of fun, just goofy, goofy gameplay. I do have some other NFL game or football games. I have Backbreaker. I have Tecmo Bowl, which doesn't look that interesting. I might record one with one of my buddies very soon. We haven't exactly decided if we're going to do that. He's been playing it because it's on Xbox Game Pass, and he's an achievement guy, which is fine. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? My goals, I talked about that. Oh, my Patreon. I started my Patreon last year, and I readjusted it. It's a little bit different. Last year, I gave you guys a ton of like extra benefits with the extra rebuilds, but that was when I was doing one rebuild a week or like 1.5. Like I put like an extra video out a week, which just isn't doable at the moment. I want to get to a point where I could do a weekly podcast, either talking football or just in general, just like maybe not talking about my life, but like bring something to the table, whether it's like during the football season, it would definitely be about football. During free agency, I'd talk about that. There would always be some sort of free like football topic in there, but like Star Wars just came out. I'm sure you guys like Star Wars. I like talking about Star Wars, maybe make some extra content like that. So I'm going to put that as one of the tiers at some point. But at the moment, we have the $1 tier, which is just if you just bare minimum, you want to donate, help me out from a month-to-month basis, that's the best way to do it, $1. Then at $5, you can just be a regular producer. I'll put you at the end of the video. I'll say your name, all that. And then at $10, we have the executive producer, where I'll do a special thanks to you, say your name, anything you want to like get out there. That's probably going to be limited to maybe 3 to 5 a month, just like maybe you have something you want to promote at the very end of the video. Maybe you have a YouTube channel, things like that. So that's what the $10 tier is going to be. I just want to get to a point where I can get a little bit closer to maybe making some more money doing YouTube full time. Because if I was doing YouTube full time, it would be YouTube and Twitch full time. I'd probably wake up every morning from like 7 or maybe not 7, maybe 8 a.m. to like noon. I'd probably record videos straight. And then from like I'd probably take a break, eat some food, shower, all that stuff. From like 1 p.m. on, it would just be streaming nonstop. Some Madden probably for them. Then when my buddies get on, we play some games with them. So at some point I want to get to that point, but that's not, it's just like, if you guys want to help me out a little bit extra, I appreciate you watching my videos, supporting them, commenting, liking. That stuff is the most important stuff. But if you feel a little nice, open up your wallets a little bit to your little headstrong, your good old lane. Keep that in mind. But I don't think there's any. Oh, no. There is one more thing I want to talk about. I will be very soon. I know I said this last year. So if you're going to comment about that in my second channel, I just could not maintain that when I was upping the realistic rebuilds and everything like that. It's still a thing that I would love to do a second channel. If I was doing this full time, there would be a second channel guaranteed. It would probably be like a 30-minute video every day on a second channel on whatever game I'm playing at the moment. But I am at some point going to be starting a channel with, this is the plan, just saying, a second channel with my buddy that's going to be Xbox focused. What I mean by that is going to be an Xbox news podcast and probably just one weekly 45 to an hour long Let's Play. We're still working out all the kinks, but that's just keep that. You'll see that on the sidebar down in the description when that does come along. So keep that in mind. At the end of the video, it'll be there as well. But I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. I got the schedule, 2019, what happened, 2020, goals, the Patreon. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So like I said in the end of the video, thank you guys so much for all your love, your support, your comments, your likes, everything you do for my channel. I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. It's gotten me through. You guys have gotten me through so much. YouTube's gotten me through so much. And you might be worried about what I said, health and personal problems, therapist, all back there. It's all good. I guess I could mention that real quick. At the beginning of the year, I had liver problems. Or not even beginning of the year. Last year, I had liver problems. I'm trying to get that all worked out. I was on steroids, things like that. Had a bunch of biopsies. On January 2nd or 4th, something like that, I had another biopsy for my liver. Found out nothing's wrong with my, well, not nothing's wrong with my liver. There's nothing seriously wrong with my liver, like cancer, hepatitis, anything like that. So the liver, we were dealing with that for a while until I found out that I have ulcerative colitis, which is an inflamed colon. Maybe you guys don't want to hear about that, but I have that where I got a colonoscopy, which if you guys know what a colonoscopy is, we don't have to go past that, but the stuff you have to drink for a colonoscopy, the worst stuff, it's basically poison. Felt like I poisoned myself, but I had a colonoscopy. They started putting me on. I had to get an IV, or I still get an IV infusion. I got an IV infusion for one of my medicines, which I was taking. You had to take it at the beginning, you had to take it week 1, then 2 weeks after, 4, 8, and then 8 every week basically for the rest of my life. And I was also on steroids at the time. But then I weaned off the steroids, and then the medicine I was on started like falling off, wasn't working anymore. So like, when was that? Maybe 2 months ago, I had to get another minor colonoscopy, which then we found out that my colon is still inflamed, even though the medicine, I was taking the medicine, all that just wasn't working. So then recently I had to switch into a different medicine, which seems to be working pretty good so far. So hopefully that'll keep up. Just 2019, like I said at the end of the video, ups and downs. Great for YouTube. Great. It's just, that's been great. But my health's been down, having some personal problems. I don't really want to talk about the personal problems. If you ever want to join my Discord, we could talk about it a little bit, but it's not something I want to just project out there. It's not a big deal. Started seeing a therapist, which has been helping a ton, like a ton. Just, it's just been up and down year. And I just hope you guys know from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it oh so much. It just, I could start naming people off. That just seems unfair. There's so many people I could be thanking, and I just don't really want to do that and just forget somebody. I just never really want to forget somebody, because everybody that supports my channel, I just appreciate it. I hope you guys always know that. I notice who's comment. Like, if you comment a lot, you'll know that I'm building, like, I'll comment, I'll answer. I know all your names, everything like that. Like Mike Schroeder, I guess I am naming someone. Mike Schroeder commented the other day. He's been here from, I feel 2018. That sounds right. Like beginning of 2018. That sounds right. I don't know if that is right. It sounds right though. And just like, I know all you guys out there who are commenting, and just know that I'm always reading the comments. I'm always willing to talk. I just love the comments, the likes, everything like that. But I have been rambling on for a long time. It's what I'm best at. Some people say I never shut up. But thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.